Hello everybody, we're back, and it is of course Total Tuesday, time for Napoleon. Total War. So, we got attacked by the Swiss down here. They decided to move into Innsbruck, and we managed to beat them back, and we kind of attacked this fort a little early because I had a funny feeling that the Russians were coming in to take it, and I didn't want the Russians to get territory right in the middle. So, I jumped on the attack here. These guys can now support me if they need to. And what I'm hoping to do is to use those guys there to finish off that Swiss army. I mean, we killed the general, or at least I think we did, and we're now in a position, but also we can take that industrial centre and that intellectual centre, which will give us somewhere else to research. So, we're going to force to attack that thing shortly. Now, down here, you can see Venice is a little understrengthed at the moment. Our main source of troops obviously comes from Vienna, which is where I've got Vukasovic in as the general to defend Vienna. Now up here also I'm building up an army to kind of beat back the Prussians just in case they decide to get delusions of conquest. So what we're looking at is to try and push down through here, take out northern Italy, and then push down towards Torino. Now, if I can kill these people here, and then maybe move down and take out Switzerland, because Switzerland's only a little country here, so I could conceivably do that, finish off this army, move into Switzerland, and from Switzerland to Milan, means I would essentially take out Italy, that section of Italy other than the Holy Roman Empire, which is down here, the Papal States, and that will also give me the advantage of a gold mine, which will help me generate resources and money, which will be very helpful indeed. So you can see here the French making a little bit of a foray into Austria, so we're trying to sort of push them back with this army here. I've got these guys moving up to work with that as the cannoneers, because I've only got one cannon in this particular area, but if you look at the numbers, these guys don't have a lot of troops and they've only got a garrison. So that's going to be our attack. Now they do have 2,500 people, but we also have Mikhail Kutuzov in as reinforcement should we need to, because he's an ally. So technically speaking, we should have the advantage. And let's kick their ass. Okay, so here is the battlefield. A bit chilly, unfortunately. And there is the enemy over the other side. So you can see they've got reasonable numbers, but they're like armed citizenry, and they're up against trained Austrian troops. Militia garrisons, some foot garrison. So it's not ideal for them. So if we look back here, I'm wondering if I could put my soul cannons there. Would that give them the range I need? Just about. But they would have to walk forward, which they probably will do anyway. Okay, so we shall have the Hungarians covering the artillery. We shall have these lines here as the main attack force. I will have these Jaegers, as they're low on numbers, defend the artillery also. And what I'll also do is have these guys here in defensive mode, so that these guys can move up. I'll move those probably up to the trees. Now, you've got these guys who are our grenadiers. I'll move those guys up as well, together with these riflemen. So, here is our commanding officer. We'll keep him there. And over on the left-hand side... Actually, what I'll do is just on the left, I'll put the 120. And then these two will be on the right. So we equalise out numbers. So, let's see how we get on, shall we? Can we set that just... No? Okay. So, what we'll do is we'll get this fella to make their way up that side, and these two guys to make their way up that way. Now, you can see here, they're moving into artillery range already, so we can hopefully use our cannons to start breaking those sections up. Now, let's see. Let's move my mighty line troops up. And let's move the skirmishers up also. Get those guys to run. So you can see the cannon here is starting to do some damage to these troops. You know, starting to dent the morale just a little bit. Which is kind of what we're after. Now, what we might be able to do is get some of these skirmishers into a building. So we could conceivably get them into that farmhouse. Is there anything else we can get them into? There's that farmhouse there. There's this farmhouse there. So we could conceivably maybe move the skirmishers up to here so that they can then start engaging them, but that might be a little bit too close. The space around that is not enough for them to start getting good shots on, but this might be an option. I wonder. You can see them starting to move there. Let's see. Let's get them running in. Now, the other building is that one, which is good but too close. So it's going to have to be, I'm thinking, maybe either that building or this building. At the moment, I'm kind of committed to that building, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. You can see my Jaegers moving in. There we go, that's where the army's going to be moving to. What the hell? Oh, the Russians. Hello, Ruskies. No, not that way, you stupid boys. So the Russians are now going to be getting involved. And I'm going to bring my guys here. Now, let's see. Pour some cannon fire onto these guys in the middle. And get my skirmishers into that building. Can get 200.
We have taken a building, sir.
202 people. What? Where? No, you bloody fools. There. Oh, stealing great pillows. So, see here, cannons continuing to fire. Now, what I'm thinking...
We have taken a building, sir.
Good, glad to hear it, thank you. Is move these guys round to the right-hand side and make use of the support provided by the riflemen. that. These riflemen are going to come under some serious fire. These guys go up there. So now these guys are coming under missile fire from my riflemen. These guys are coming under pretty serious artillery fire from my cannons. And thank you, Russian cavalry. We're just wandering over the top. You steaming great pillars. So my riflemen, as you can see, all in there. Guys doing their job, trying to keep these buggers pinned down as they've got Russian cavalry moving in. See there, and we've now got the Austrian army forces moving in as well, which are these line troops here. So those guys are then going to move up to there. So, there we go. Oh, no, not that one. Get the cannons to engage those. Get these guys to engage there. Let's set them to number 2. Let's run those guys. Let's see, can we run them up there? So we can now see our guys doing a great job of holding them back. And then we can move the Austrian forces up on the right flank with the horses covering the rear. Oh, enemy general is dead. Wonderful. So let's move these guys here up a little bit more close and personal. Let's put them in here. So the enemy general has died thanks to the Russian cavalry. Number 2 guys need to run, because otherwise they're going to come under fire very quickly from this lot. Over 1,000, nearly 2,000 troops running towards them, and I really hope they can fire in time. Come on, lads. Oh, come on, boys.
Glorious victory, sir.
Oh, look at them breaking it. Oh, look at my boys. Go. Oh, you beautiful, beautiful guys. Look at this. Oh, this is brutality. Oh, God, here come loads of French armed citizenry. So what we'll do is we'll say, go in there and kill them. And then these guys can wheel round and kill them as well. And lo and behold, they're running. That was unexpected. So take all of those guys out of that, put them back into formation. He, the artilleryman, can stop firing and unlimber. I want no more casualties. So let's see. Let's move these guys forward. cavalry. Can finish off them. Oh, it's the Austrians. Oh, they're taking a bit of fire there, my German Fusiliers. Up against the French regiment of foot. Oh, this is going to be brutal. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at... Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Moving forward. At least moving forward like that. Engage the next line. Which will be these guys. The French 16th Reg. Stop. Fire. You know what? Screw it. Just charge them. The Horde! For the Horde! Let's deal with these guys, as these guys are taking some fire. And those guys. Let's deal with them. As you can see, the Horde is currently doing its thing. Move these guys in behind. Oh, thank you, you Russian spanners. Allies, more trouble than they're worth. The only reason I'm allied with you idiots is so that you don't attack me, not because I want your abilities, such as they are. Oh, spanners. Right, get those guys in. Get them out of that mode. There we go. Should slaughter that garrison there. With any luck, all those flipping Russian cavalry will all die when they attack that section there. Because they're stupid idiots. We'll see. Oh, don't tell me that's your artillery? Firing on your own troops? Well done, the Russians. Well done, you Russian pillocks. Oh, well, there we go. So let's see if my Russian comrades will shoot at my troops. We'll continue and try and finish them all off. Finish them. Fatality. And thank you for firing on my troops, you idiots. Oh, they're even firing on their own bloody troops. They're just spanners. Yes, by all means, ride your cavalry into my troops. There's nothing I'd like more. This is not boding well for the intelligence of the Russian Empire. Can't force fire on them. God, it's tempting. Yes, by all means, ride through my... Oh, Jesus. Idiots. Anyway, let's quit that battle. So, with the help of my allies, obviously I use the word help and allies with a small capital letter, I have now managed Let's just peacefully occupy Munich and Bavaria. And let's repair that. And we can't build any of that at the moment. So there we go. I'm now in control of Munich and Bavaria. Okay, so. Oh, look. Hey, it's old Boney. There's old Boner. So we're going to have to be careful, because Boney will be in and do evil things to us. Let's move. Actually, no, those guys are going to force that attack, aren't they? So, I'm hoping that the idiot Russians will go in and attack Boney and get pwned for it. I hope this guy does not get attacked. So, we'll have to wait and see what the next turn brings us. Now, looking at money-wise, let's have a look. Victory conditions. Listed rich victory regions, okay. Let's look at this. So, I'm getting money in, so it's not too bad. Trade is still good. I might need to consider upgrading my trade routes. And we shall now move on to the next turn. Ah, so Boney's disappeared. And so is that other army. And the French army's poking around England still. Or French Navy, sorry. So you've got the English defending their ports, or trying to. But also, because I've taken that region, I've now got the extra ability to research. Even though I think I'm at peace with Prussia at the moment. I'm only really at war with the Swiss and the French and the Italians. So if I can deal with the Swiss, take them out, that means that they'll have less allies and less potential to cause many problems. He's probably going down for Italy, which will cause me a bit of a technical issue. I'm wondering if I should, rather than go after the Swiss, go for Italy first. Try and get Italy before the Russians do, because otherwise then the Russians will have a foothold in the sections of Europe. And that's really a bit of a worry. Not for now, but for later. Because they could use that as a staging post to attack me, should they break the alliance later on. So, Charlotte Toulon is raiding my trade route, though, bastards. Okay, so Austria, good. Well, quite. Let's see. So, research. Do we not have that as a research area? See, that's an intellectual area, isn't it? What? I don't... Oh, it gives me spies, doesn't it? Okay, what if I was to change that for a college? There we go, let's build a college. We can do spies at a later date. And that can be a gunsmith, maybe? No, that would be a better option, I reckon. But those guys are all rejuvenating now. These guys can stay in Innsbruck. And can I get these guys down here quick enough? I wonder. Let's see. If we can get them down to there. Let's see if we can deal with Italy. Now, the only drawback is that these guys here are moving in to support that. There we go. So these guys now recovering all of their numbers. I'll keep them in Munich and start increasing my defences. See, Prague is looking okay. Let's recruit German Fusiliers in Prague. And Vienna is looking alright, but we'll get another Fusiliers in there. The only drawback is Zagreb is looking very woeful right now. Now, what's up there? Buda and Pest. And there's that army not looking good either. But this kind of area here... What do we have in that army? Oh, goodness me. So, I'm thinking... maybe that area? See? I'm concerned because... I've got Galicia out here, which we're nearby, and they don't have many defences. I'm wondering if I should consider building up Budapest as a good area to recruit troops. See, we can at least recruit better here. Let's upgrade that infrastructure there. Can we get a general? Yes, we can. But, turns 1800. No. Never mind, we can't enlist him for the time being. So, what we will do is enlist quite a few soldiers to hold Budapest. Now, Zagreb, I am going to send some army troops down to Zagreb. I think I'm going to send 2 sections of Swiss infantry down there. Because what I'm trying to do is sort of bolster my defences around this area. Now, obviously, we've got a general there. I'm going to send 1 set of troops there. Okay, so we're increasing the basic roads there. We're doing basic roads there. Munich and Bavaria, we don't have the money, but we'll change that next. They're being done with basic roads. So this is our intent, to go through here and say hello to northern Italy. Like so. And then hopefully we can use that to finish off and take northern Italy out of the situation. And then maybe we can get Corsica. And possibly... No, just Corsica. Which would be nice to have, because we can use that as a naval base if need be. That will give us quite a good option from the point of view of strategy. We also would then need to push back here. See, my concern is what's going on over here. See, Mecklenburg, Strelitz, there, Hanover. See, I'm thinking that we need to maybe consider attacking Hanover and then gifting it to the Prussians, as that might make them like us a great deal indeed. So we'll do that infrastructure next, but you can see here in Dresden, here is obviously this Kingdom of Saxony who we're friends with, but you never know when that friendship is going to end, so we have obviously built up an army there as well. So I'm quite pleased with how things are going at the moment. My only concern obviously is this bunch of incompetent pillocks who ran roughshod over my army previously. But if I can take northern Italy and then rebuild my troops there, I can use that as a stepping stone to go for Luzerne in Switzerland. So let's see how the next turn progresses, shall we? Okay. So they're doing a lot of combining their armies quite back far in the Russian territory. Makes me wonder what they're up to. See, now he's moving down. I wonder if he's going for a push into the Papal States, which would be a bit cheeky of him, but we'll have to wait and see. It's Lisbon. There are the Swiss. This is the Ottoman Empire, who are down near Klausenburg in Transylvania. Istanbul is their central city. But how strong are they is what I'm wondering. The thing is, if I break a doodat with them, with one of these guys, then obviously that'll be regarded as not very good. Holy crap, that's a full stack army. And over there is not a full stack army. So, but it's got lots of flipping inbuilt troops, isn't it? That's the trouble. Let's keep him. Where the hell? Let's move him back to there. Get him to rejuvenate his numbers. And then, what we'll also do is, how many troops are there? So, he's still got 3, 6, 8 spaces. So, he has cavalry, but not much. And he has... Let's put him in there. Okay, and what's that? Oh, it's the gunsmith. Okay. So... what can we get from recruitment here? Not much. See, I'm wondering if I should start thinking of Venice also as an area to do building of the barracks, for example. That will be very helpful, actually. Let's do that. And then I can use that to push in from here. These guys are going to move back to home base. And then what we will also do is move these guys here. Who will then meet up with that army and reinforce them. And then we shall recruit replacements. And is there 4? Yes, there we go. So we keep that army at pretty good strength. In the meantime, right, there we go. He's gone after that one there. Well, quite. So here we go. So Tyrol. Army's starting to look better there. Up here. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got to do that. That's our next thing to do, is the infrastructure upgrades to actually improve the speed at which stuff goes across the campaign. Network. So that's something, I mean, I've updated quite a few of these, as you can see. There's just a few more that I need to finish off with. And there's another intellectual centre. Look at that. Which one is that? So that's Gras. Let's have a look. Yeah, Gras is my only one at the moment. So, hopefully, that one should be built in 2 turns, and then I'll have the ability to do double the amount of work, so to speak. He's going to remain there. See, I am really concerned about the Italians here and these Russians. The trouble is, I kind of want to keep... I want to deal with those Swiss. But I kind of want to keep the Russians on the back foot, but I won't be able to do it against such a massive number of troops. Damn it. It's been built as a supply warehouse. But it's not really that big, is it? See, look, I'm thinking that... But the trouble is, it then means I'm going to be under push possibly from 2 directions from the French. So you can see these numbers, the army's continuing to build up, which is good news. See, I could even turn that one into another one, but then it's too close to the other intellectual centre, so I think to keep it as a secret society for spies would be a good thing. See, merchant house. They will help increase the general value of everything. There's a factory, so let's check to see what we're... So at the moment we're doing conscription. We've done fire and advanced. Improved coppering. What's this? Diamond formation. Own cuirassars. Okay. And carronades enable us to make carronade frigates. But... poverty control laws. Right. That might be a good one. Right, okay, so I'm thinking that one there, land drainage, because it generally increases the wealth of all farms by 10%, may be a good option. Now, you can see here, Court of Justice, spawns gentlemen plus 10. That's also a good one to go for. National census plus 2 to global, and reduces administration costs. So, let's see what's this. -1 happiness, clamour for reform. Plus 3 wealth generated by all buildings enable us to build a merchant house. Well, that's a good thing, surely. So we might consider that next, after Grasse has finished what they're doing. But then when they finish what they're doing, we're going to have the ability to use this one here in Bavaria, in Regensburg. My apologies if I mispronounce any of the German names here. It's not intended. I'm sorry. I feel the urge to apologise for my accent or apologise for any pronunciations. So that's going to be a problem because they've got coverage, but the troops there are okay. But they might conceivably go for those guys. But then if that's the case, I can move those guys out to support. That's not too bad. So I think that's everything for this week. It is indeed. I thank you for watching, boys and girls, and I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode of Total Tuesday, Napoleon and Total War goodness, and we shall see you again next week. Take care.